Wherever the fuck's on my mind, I put out the same way as that blood your titty bitch gets when she has a goddamn motherfucking period. I'm Piss 4400 and this is my think take. The afternoon, the evening, the night, the midnight, your wee hour and your motherfucking T hour, 6 hour, gong hour, the fuck hour you got. I want to talk about mostly the crowd that has been coming to my channel only because of Gorgeous George videos. Um, and it ain't just them I want to talk about as a primary basis. It's other people who feel like they can subscribe to your channel because of one subject or one video, just odd reasons that people subscribe to your channel for, that when later on when they find out what your channel, what you really represent as a user on YouTube, then they're gonna be bitching about it and unsubscribing to you. And I did a test. I did a video about several weeks ago talking about talking about the people that subscribe to my channel because of Gorgeous George. And I told these people that the same energy you're using to comment on these videos regarding Mr. Garrett, to subscribe to me regarding Mr. Garrett, or even go as far as making opinions against Mr. Garrett in your own channels. How about you make comments on my channel? Tell me what I'm doing wrong on my videos. And I put a link of a playlist down below. Never heard nothing from no one. Never heard nothing from a single user or a single subscriber. But every time I put a Gorgeous George video on, oh my goodness, you have one person, two, three, four, five, or more people, thumbs ups, all that stuff been going on. Everything else in the Piss 4400 channel, no one gives a damn about. What? What is so strange? Which it's not that strange because I figure out, and I already figured out already, that the people who came to my channel are mostly trolls. People people who are basically trolls of Gorgeous George. Not so much people who are going to my channel as far as liking my channel itself or any other video besides Gorgeous George. They're looking for this, just like what I talked about in my last video that I put up the other night. That these, people are, some people are looking for every little tidbit with Gorgeous George, or people look for every little tidbit on things, just like people are looking for every little tidbit regarding my affairs. And when I say my affairs, Gorgeous George is out of it. Well, they're doing the same thing regarding videos I put up about Gorgeous George. I had one person that emailed me one time and he says, "Why don't you just focus on showing the principle of it and not focus on who's trolling who?" And that led me to know that that person didn't want to hear the truth regarding my factual opinion about some of the people of Gorgeous George. Because as I mentioned in the very beginning, me and Gorgeous George do share a relation. We have people who really don't amount to shit. They're phony in a way that they're interested to whatever they want. They're not really real to you. And another other thing is that, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm speaking to GDMFT. Goddamn motherfucking truth. And the problem with me is that as much as this bothers me, and one way, because how could someone tell you that your videos are great when they don't even watch other videos that have nothing to do with the subject regarding Gorgeous George? Other videos that don't have nothing to do with Gorgeous George. And it's just it baffles me. This man has more viewers, whether they're haters or not, than I do. And if he opens his comments and his ratings, all those people would only subscribe just for trolling him or making their opinions against him, not for concern or any fan based material whatsoever. The only reason why these people are a fan of me because they hear what they want to hear. Now I'm not telling them what they want to hear. These people that are subscribing to my channel because of Gorgeous George. I'm just going by what I observed on my own regarding George Alexander Garrett and speaking the GDMFT. Goddamn motherfucking truth. But I would give two fucks if any of these people who are subscribing to my channel now and making their asses known are mad where they want to unsubscribe from me or think otherwise about me. Whatever. I'm just going by the truth and looking by the truth. You can't say somebody's channel is great because of one subject that you see of them. You have to navigate on other parts of that person's channel in order to get to know the value of that person and the morals of that person. Simply by looking at one video about a man in Richmond, Virginia, doesn't mean that you know the value of the person who did the video or whatever. And this is one of the things that pisses me off to no end. That people could be that ignorant where that one time, one subject, and that's it. Why can't it be a thorough analysis in a way that you can find out who that person is and value and be like, you know, I'm not going to subscribe to you, but whatever the occasion comes as far as you putting a video about the subject that I want to hear or see, I will I will look at your channel once in a while from time to time, rather than just being cooped up with 7 people who really are not there for myself, but there for Gorgeous George and looking for ways to do things regarding Gorgeous George. And that's just one thing that I already knew, but I wanted to wait until I was right. Because part of what I do, unlike people who subscribe to my channel because of what they think of a subject, and that's only that subject. There are other things I do besides Gorgeous George. And I think people already know that. And, you know, I kind of took advantage of most of these people who subscribe to my channel, mostly because they gave me suggestions on what I somewhat my videos should be done. Like one person told me that if you put more of the same tempos, it confuses your audience. I copied some of the things he said regarding how to represent videos and stuff. And the only reason why he gave a damn about that was because I was doing videos about what he wanted to hear, which was George Alexander Garrett. And rather, these people decide to change or turn on me. I couldn't give two fucks because my opinion regarding Gorgeous George is just as the same as the daylight in front of your face. And at the same fucking time, what's even more twisted is that you have an idiot entirely who who has the same kind of problems that I got with the same kind of audiences, which are nothing but trolls, people who really don't give a damn about you, but people who just are interested in one thing or one subject or just whatever. And there's one thing that Sean Brennan did say that I agree with 100%. I agree that most of his subscribers of Gorgeous George are mostly trolls. Otherwise, he wouldn't have all 101 subscribers. The reason why he has that, and they're not even fans, they're probably some of the people that I got as subscribers as well as some people that I don't have as subscribers that are watching my videos. And so all this publicity that I got is not really because of my videos. It's not really because of Piss 4400 himself, which is me. It's really because of Gorgeous George. See, he caused all this effect. You see, he's the one that talks about what is causing all this. He is the cause of it. And I'm giving him a little credit in one way because he is the one that's causing all this. And, you know, as I said before in my other videos, he said that none of these people are your friends. And I already verified that. I said that I already know people like Sean and all these people are not my friends. But we at least they were have some at least there was some unity where they agreed with me on one subject and maybe somewhat try to help me because I gave them what they wanted to hear, as well as me speaking the GDMFT at the same time, which is really what they wanted to hear. But not so much because what they wanted to hear is because what I observed of Gorgeous George. And he is just as guilty of this shit as any of these users that are on my subscription list, as far as the 7 that are shown, people like Blast from whatever the past and other folks and things like that. And these are just primary examples. George is just as guilty as these people, actually. He's just as more guilty. How can you talk about the same kind of segregation that you have, but then yet, when another person has an opinion of fact that is trying to help you, followed by other people who I ask for help, and they take the time to try to give opinions about Gorgeous George so much and try to get them to focus on me, and they don't want to, you have someone that has a level-headed mind in a way that he or she is being straight to your face, George. Why the fuck can't you see the fact that I'm being sincere to you in one way, that you are an example of not only the project that I'm doing, which is the study of social interaction, but you're also an example of myself personally and my personal eccentricities as well. You are the very person that only came to me only because I did a video about you, the same way as these people did. You are no different than the trolls that are coming to you as far as trolling you, and the very same people that are coming to me because of Gorgeous George and want to find out whoever wants to talk about Gorgeous George and see what happens and all this other shit. And I'm thinking to myself, if these people spend this much time on my YouTube channel, they should spend that much time on my YouTube channel. Look at other videos that have nothing to do with Gorgeous George. Even if you don't watch all the videos through, you can maybe see what I'm doing wrong and tell me and email. At least tell me what I'm doing wrong and why my channel sucks. Way before I started doing Gorgeous George videos, which is really the reason why I'm doing Gorgeous George videos, because this man, me and him, we have something in common as far as our struggles. And yeah, these people are not really sincere subscribers. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, but again, this is the GDMFT. I have to think reality. I have to think reality, because if I don't think of reality, if I get in some cocoon where there's some kind of false thinking, that I will be hurting myself just as bad as anything else. And you know what's funny about all these people? I'm not going to use the word hypocrite, because I think you can speak to GDMFT but not be harsh about it. But because I think people are smart enough to get the idea where you're going on this video. But the fact is that everything is Gorgeous George. And I actually told people that that same energy that you're using, the same kind of butt hurt comments that you're putting on Gorgeous George, which are factual in one way, in one sense, because this man, and I'll tell you something, George is more guilty of this. So y'all don't have to be mad at me or feel or even unsubscribe to my channel. Just think George is just as guilty of this as well. And when I asked him for help, when I emailed him trying to get to know the guy, and one way, because me and him have something in common regarding struggles and dealing with people. He interested me more so when he said he was a private investigator, because I wanted some help regarding a problem I had on my YouTube channel and things like that. Whenever I emailed Gorgeous George, never heard nothing from him. But whenever I did a video talking about all the things that I've done and the facts and the truth about this man and what I've seen in performance, he gets butthurt. And then he does a video one time showing my background, my video background. And then he talks about he's a busy man. And then he gives out the whole blues crap that my friend that is in high school died and all that shit, just to make me feel sorry for him, which I did. But he did that in a way that he wanted me to feel like the bad guy. You get what the fuck I'm saying? This is how people pull. This is the kind of small time stuff that people pull as just as much of a hypocrite as the people he got among his subscription list, and as the people that I got as my subscription list. As far as the hypocrites, he is the biggest hypocrite. One thing these hypocrites are telling me right now, that he is the biggest of all hypocrites. So that's one fact that I see. Everything that's about him that he doesn't like or agree with, even if it's nothing to do with harassment, even if it's nothing to do with harming no one, he will go nuts. He's a public official, just like as well as being a person of office. And if you put a picture of him, he will get offended. And things like that. And morally, I'm talking about my subscribers and uh, their only reason of coming to my channel. I had one person, and I still kept his emails to this day, when I disabled the comments on at some time on some videos that kind of sucked that I had of Gorgeous George. So he subscribes to my channel once, all right? Then he unsubscribes. And I kind of asked him, just out of education, just so I can learn how people are, why did you unsubscribe to my channel? And he says to me, well, it's no point of, subscribing to somebody that disabling comments and, and stuff. It's just a mute point, piss, things like that, he says. But as soon as I start making videos again, and as soon as I remove those old videos and kind of revise them, that's when he subscribed to my channel again, followed by several other people. So there's hypocrisy on both sides. There's hypocrisy on Gorgeous George's side, then there's hypocrisy on the other people's side as well. The only person that might be a little neutral as far as the same kinds of people that are subscribing to my channel, that's probably not a subscriber to my channel, because I have two unknown anonymous subscribers that I can't even find out as punch who the fuck they are. But the only person I think that's not really a subscriber but is mutual is this Sean Brennan fella. All these other folks are just fucking trolls in one way, that they're focusing on Gorgeous George. No matter what I say, the heat goes to Gorgeous George. And when I honestly did a video asking these people to give me their full opinions about my videos and tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong, and actually give me ideas as far as looking at the videos, not just sending me comments about my Adobe software that I show, not just sending me comments about there's a lot of great tutorials and stuff, but look at the videos that I already got that I think in my mind that should be good, and you tell me why they're not good. So, and guess what? It doesn't matter if you're hurting my feelings or anything. It doesn't matter if what you have to say is a GMFT. I'd rather hear the truth than be among a bunch of hypocrite buffoons. I'm sorry to insult you guys, but just like I'm being as honest to you guys as well as to Gorgeous George, I expect the same thing in return. Rather if the honesty is in my favor or not. And I'm speaking the GDMFT. There's no way around it. Goddamn motherfucking truth, and that's all the fuck I have to say. I'm Piss 4400. This is Piss 4400's Think Tank. I have some emails that I kept for records. I had people telling me that, some of my videos could be long at times, and I caught that. But they mostly dress it my Gorgeous George videos. I would like to hear from those same people about other videos that I made. What if it's the Goodwill? What if it's other videos that has nothing to do with Gorgeous George? I mean, give me something genuine. I'm being just as honest with these subscribers as far as them being subscribed because of my Gorgeous George videos than anyone else. And I had one of my subscribers telling me, I think over a week ago, it tells me you're just as more honest with yourself and as well as to other people. And that's what the fuck I'm doing now in this clip. And so for that, I hope that there will be some change in some of the hypocrisy as far as what I know. And this George guy, he's just as much of a hypocrite. Like, he tells me, if you remove the videos or cooperate, I'll have you at my radio show. That I don't want to be on his radio show. I wanted to get to know his situation in a way that maybe I could get some help from the guy. He said he was a private investigator. He's a licensed private investigator. But I already made a video saying there are things that don't even follow what he is doing. And he claims he's a busy man, but he ain't too busy where he's flagging these same people's videos that are subscribing to my channel. Some of them, not all of them. And the other people who are subscribing only because of my Gorgeous George videos are just as guilty as George. But the difference is, George is more hypocrite because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Me and him share the same crap that I'm going through, as well as himself. And this is the hypocrisy of it. And I'm so sick and tired of dealing with hypocritical people. You know, if anybody want me to be honest about something, I would be just as honest to you as I would want out of you as well. I see y'all the goddamn motherfucking later. It's been a pleasure. I couldn't give two fucks. Once again, as a disclaimer, if any of these people get offended when I'm saying in a way they want to unsubscribe from me, I don't care. Because the fact is, y'all, all you 7 are only subscribed because of Gorgeous George. Goodbye now.